Hello and welcome to Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. I'm your host, Janette Burke, and we are live on location on College Street West in the heart of Toronto at Revival Bar and Lounge for Kitty Nights, a burlesque show that explores women's sexuality. And I'm sitting here with Johnny B. Good, who is the official DJ for the burlesque show we're covering tonight with Two Dame Productions. And Johnny, what's it like to work on a burlesque show?
It's everything you think it is and more. Yeah.
So would you care to elaborate on that for my audience and myself?
Well, it's a strange sort of medium for artists out here. It's collaborates a lot of different forms of dance and sort of incorporates everybody else's previous training. So that we have musical theater stars, we have contemporary dancers, hip-hop dancers, and you'll see all of it tonight, all of it.
Yes, I did a little homework before I came, and I know that you're all very talented, trained performers, so it's going to be a real treat. Tell me, what is the most exciting thing about burlesque for you?
The most exciting thing about burlesque for me is probably that it doesn't matter your size or your shape or your color, everyone is beautiful.
Well, that is important in today's message. We see models now are becoming supermodels. They're empowering women of plus size. So a lot is changing, and I think maybe burlesque could have been part of leading the way in that particular revolution for women and what defines beauty for women and women's standards, which is great. Tell me one last thing. How you're the only guy in the show?
No, there are two.
There's two other boys. Okay, so is it tough working with a bunch of women? Are they like motherly, sisterly, or bossy?
Well, the burlesque world sort of works the same way that the drag world does. So you have burlesque moms and stuff like that, and people who bring you into the scene. It's a scene all about empowerment and love, and we all love each other and support each other, and it's amazing. I love working with all of these women, especially the two dames. Dee Dee and Ava have taught me so much about burlesque and the scene and pretty much like everything about running a business even.
Yeah, that's very good. So you're learning a lot of stuff, and they're obviously very enlightened and empowered women, which is what we love to feature on Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. What's it like for you to be amongst all these wonderful women performing?
Amazing. That's how I would choose for it to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why is it so amazing for you?
I'd rather be like not one of many. I'd rather be, stand out more and be more, I don't know, I feel more special. I feel like I'm not like, there's more demand.
And what's your experience with burlesque? How did you come to it?
I've been performing about 4 years, but I performed my whole life all over the world. I've modeled in, in New York and in Italy, and I've, done performance art all over the world and like TV and videos. And
wow, so you're a real pro at this.
Yeah.
And so, what is it more special to do burlesque? What is the attraction for you for the burlesque? What makes it different from your other performing and your other modeling and what have you?
They all have similar aesthetics. I think I like doing things that are very like body positive, and it's very open-minded in terms of gender, obviously, and gender expression, and it's like very like queer positive, and it's just like a really loving, supportive community.
Great. So let's talk about queer positive, because we hear a lot about this in the news now through Bruce/Caitlyn Jenner, who is transgender. Yeah. Can you give us a little comment on that? Do you think that this world of burlesque would welcome transgender as well as gay and lesbian, or not?
Absolutely. It's a very, very open-minded community. Yeah, I think you take the clothes away and you take a lot of inhibitions away and a lot of judgments away.
And we're talking about being sexy and feeling sexy in your own skin. Do you think that's harder to do if you're in a transgender mode, in that you're already going through surgeries and what have you? Do you think it's harder to feel sexier as a woman or as a man?
Well, I can't really speak to anyone's experience but my own. I think it would really depend on the person and just how they feel in their own skin. Because if you're not comfortable in your own skin, you're not going to feel sexy. So I think until they reach that point that they feel like, okay, this is me and I feel good, then they'll probably feel sexy.
Right. So they may have to go through some things to discover who they actually are.
Exactly.
Okay, so getting off that and onto another little bit of a topic, that is some outfit you got on.
Thank you.
Where do you find these outfits?
I usually get my outfits sewn, like I'll design them and I'll have somebody sew them for me.
Oh, you're a designer too. Wow.
Yeah, like so my performance tonight is totally different than this. I just wanted to kind of like pay homage to Kitty Nights. So I wanted to wear the leopard print in the ears and whatnot. I'm doing like a matador bullfighter act, which is very masculine tonight.
Yeah, totally different.
So nothing like
But
that.
how hard is it to get something like this on? I mean, you've even got the pull-up stockings, those heels. I don't know. Can you handle them? They seem like they're so high and maybe not that comfortable. Any tips for walking in those type of heels?
I'm probably not the best person to give advice.
No, but they're actually comfortable. You say they're actually comfortable.
Yeah, they're not bad.
You don't feel like you're gonna fall over or anything like that. Okay, well maybe that modeling experience helps, right? You certainly are very fit and everything. So, do you have any comments to share for women who are maybe not as fit or don't have a perfect body and maybe aren't, thin in the stomach area, because some women aren't? How can they dress in something sexy or wear some kind of lingerie that enhances them and actually that they can feel good about themselves in?
Well, this is like the community for body positivity. So it's not about like dressing to hide anything. It's dressing like, I love people keep on posting this photo about like, how do you get a bikini body? Put on a bikini. It's not about looking like a supermodel. It's about feeling good in your own skin.
So love the curves and celebrate them. Put on something that makes...
As long as you're kind of the best version of yourself you can be, not everyone is a size 0, and that's fine. It's just kind of being like, be as fit as you can be for your body type, be realistic about it, have realistic goals, and then just try to make peace with it. I mean, if I could, be some beautiful, big, buff guy, I would. That'd be great, but I'm not, and I've made peace with that. So I'm kind of just, saying I'm a skinny guy, I'm going to be the best version of it I can be, and just run with it.
And you definitely flaunt what you got, right? So I think we can learn something from that. All right. And I'm standing here with some of the cast of Kitty Nights Burlesque here at Revival on College Street. It's with Dee Star, who is a producer. We talked to her a little bit earlier, and Ava Noir, who is the other co-producer and founder of Two Dame Productions. And who are you?
I'm Tanya Cheeks.
And Tanya Cheeks. And we talked to you already.
Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good. And who are we?
Trixie Jones.
And
Miss Laura Desiree.
And Miss Laura Desiree, you are the host of the show, correct?
Correct, I am.
And how long have you been doing burlesque?
I've been doing burlesque for about 5 years, 5.5, say.
Okay, what is the worst thing that has ever happened to you on stage? The most embarrassing thing?
You know that I don't hold back on the questions of the worst thing to ever happen. Females have a visit once a month, and costuming always gets in trouble with you around that time. So yes, the ultimate nightmare has happened. Quick costume change and get off stage.
Okay, great. I love that answer. Okay, and you, what is your most favorite type of burlesque performance?
My favorite type of burlesque performance has got to be seeing characters that are based on the clown, which is one of the archetypes of burlesque. So I enjoy a routine with a sexy, beautiful lady who's working her stuff but is also making the audience laugh at the same time.
Right, so it's all about the entertainment value. And did you say your name for us?
Trixie Jones.
Trixie Jones. Okay. So I'm going to come over to you and ask you, first of all, how long have you been in the burlesque?
18 years.
18 years. Wow, that's pretty impressive. So you were one of the first in Toronto to do it?
Yes, I was the first in Toronto to do it, actually. And one of the first in Canada.
That's pretty amazing. So was there a battle or some kind of thing you had to fight to get going on burlesque, or was it easy?
It wasn't actually easy at first because lots of club owners didn't know exactly what we were doing, and we kind of had to clearly define that we were doing burlesque and not stripping like you see in gentlemen's clubs. So we kind of had to sell ourselves and show that it was like a theatrical production, that it was sexy and entertaining, and it was kind of PG, but it's a little bit, still rocking the boat a bit.
So, okay, so then you obviously got through those barriers because burlesque has been around for a while. How have come after you? Do you feel that you were imitated, copied, the greatest form of flattery, or something that you had to really work on to take your act to a new level to keep it more competitive or more interesting to get the people back to watch you?
Sure, I was probably imitated at first, but most people fear me, so that that quickly ended. But I found that I had to move away from traditional and get into what we call revisionist, which is kind of reinterpreting traditional stuff and kind of making it, in my opinion, a bit more punk rock and badass.
Okay, great. So Dee Dee, what is the hardest thing about being a burlesque dancer?
The hardest thing is probably the amount of blood, sweat, tears, emotion that go into producing what we call burlesque. It's our art. It's our love.
And Johnny, what is the most difficult thing for you about it?
Well, I don't actually do burlesque. I do what I call soft burlesque. I guess the most difficult thing for me would be getting to a point where you're comfortable enough with yourself to strip in front of people, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That could be challenging for some, I guess.
For some,
yes.
absolutely.
Okay, so on a final note, I'm going to ask all of you one question for my lovely female viewers who might be struggling with their sexuality. One tip to help them get more comfortable in their own skin with their own sexuality.
Pick a part of yourself that's amazing and beautiful and gorgeous, and remind yourself that you've got that and nobody else has it, and pat yourself on the back for it.
Great tip. And you?
I would say number one tip to feeling immediately sexier about yourself is going to be to stand up straight. Pull your shoulders back, head up, and go, queen. Go.
Oh, I like that one. I like you. You're pretty sassy. Do you have a tip for women?
Oh, I have multiple tips for women.
Well, we just need one.
You know.
One.
All women are beautiful. You just said y'all just need to realize it. You know, everybody's differences are the things that are beautiful about them. You know.
And coming from a man, right? It's something maybe women need to hear more of. Is that the things we hate about ourselves, our men might not be noticing as much.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. No.
Sorry, last thing for you. So one tip for the ladies watching us tonight. Do you have a tip that you could leave them with an empowering message?
Don't give a damn, and when in doubt, spill out.
Oh, I hear you on that one, honey. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, last but not least, Dee Dee, your tip?
My tip is, I don't know, Tanya had such a good one. Now I'm stumped. My tip is going to be, don't necessarily dress for trends or what people say or what's in style. Screw all of the trends. My tip is dress to what makes you feel good. If you feel sexy, then you're going to look sexy. If you're trying to look sexy, it's like the opposite. So.
Okay, well, let me compliment you all because I personally think you all look gorgeous. Your makeup is beautiful, all of you. I love those false eyelashes. Maybe you can teach me later how to do it. You all look like gorgeous little kitties, and I want to thank you all for being with us today on Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. Until next time, continue to be fabulous. Please like, comment, share us on all the social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Tumblr, Google+, Vimeo, you name it, we're there. # Janette's I'm Every Woman TV.